Fixing money in the bank comes up very easily. Fixed income assets. Fixed income assets are what? You fix money in the bank, they guarantee you 12% per annum fixing money. Because let's be factual. Other than the plot you're buying, the second thing is fixing money in the bank or putting it there. Or building a flat in the plot you already have, which is maybe an inheritance from your father. Those are the kind of things we all do. Somehow ni kama manual tunapewa. That tukianza maisha, shika hii. Wewe umeanza kucheka vidhuramji. Unachekea nani nyumba na ukona yako? Now, the other things now, fixing money in the bank, fixing 12% per annum, buying government bonds, treasury bills. I am sharing my opinions. They don't have to be absolute facts. Me, I'm sharing what, in my little experience, I think can make a little more sense. This hall today is made up of people who graduated. The first graduation was 2013. So this hall is all young people. Even the one who graduated first from Dekud. So me, I always reason this way. So I have 2 million shillings. I fix in the bank 12% per annum. So mwisho ya mwaka nitapata 240,000. So I already had 2 million. And I'm talking humbly with all due respect. Now, if you already had 2 million, what difference will 240,000 do to your life? That's usually my reasoning. Now, if I already have 10 million, if you already have 10 million from whichever source, and I fix this money in the bank, so mwisho ya mwaka maybe at 12%, I get 1.2 million. A person with 10 million, what will 1.2 million shillings do to them? Will it even change your standard of life? If you already had 2 million and you have added 240,000, it's not even enough for you to change your car. It's only enough for you to change your shoes. Then, is that what we are looking for as young people? That's my reasoning. Then, from there, I say, then I will not invest in this. Because, as a young person, I don't want anyone to tell me about stability. The age everyone in this hall is in is either to make it or make it. It's not gradual, kidogo kidogo. Mi siyo sipendi. Kwanza hii story ati umeajiriwa job, so you are negotiating a higher promotion to be added 5,000. You didn't want to go to Dekud for that. You went there to conquer the world. And by the way, that is the reason I always vouch and actually do invest in the stock market. That's the reason. Because remember the reason I gave you about venture capital and private equity and the rest. It's the same branch. Even NSC is the same branch. I believe I would rather go. Mimi fresh graduate. In fact, what I'm telling you is what I did. Siwabi kitu ya kusoma. I figured out, nikipata job after EKU. By that time, Equity was employing Safaricom because they were antelopes. They were growing fast. A company in the growth stage in the business world is called an antelope. Now they were antelopes, they were employing, there were many job opportunities. So I figured out, if I get this job in Equity, or PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, or Deloitte, or KU, because I was a student leader, maybe I could have maneuvered. I figured out, okay, nitapata job ya how much? 100K. Max. Yani hiyo wewe ni tajiri ile mbaya ukiwa fresh graduate. So 100,000 I said now in a year. So I'll be earning in a year 1.2 million. But that is without eating, sleeping anywhere, and wearing anything. So it's a gross pay of 100,000. So I'm earning 1.2 million a year when I have already posted my life. So I sleep in the office, eat there, office food, and also use their water and go to their barber shop. Of course, that analogy doesn't apply. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'll make 1.2 million. So in a year, 1.2. So I'm talking here about 10 years, 12 million. And I decided I will not get a job. Because I saw if there is a surest way of me not making it, the surest, forget about not getting a job. Getting one was the surest way of not making it. Because I started how other people do, including my own sisters. I could see you get a job. Now, in your second year, in the job, you already have a young family. The stakes become higher. When the stakes become higher, now it's not the issue of you conquering the world. It's the issue of you paying school fees. And I decided easy. But now, it's not easy, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. Mi niko hapo nimegraduate. Unajua watu wa KU graduate kila mtu hukaa kahawa. So nilikuwa hapo kahawa, niko na cyber nini najaribu. Nikiendelea weekend nasikia, hey, my classmate amepata job Deloitte. How much? Sijui 80,000 take home, 80. Ukikaka, hey, nani? Chairman wetu wa KUSA amerudi KU job admin. Niko hapa najaribu cyber, internet imepotea, stima imepotea. Then I think nitacheji hii ufala yangu sasa, hata mimi nifanye kama wengine. Lakini nikaona hii mtego nikiingia, niko hapo. All I'm trying to say, the first 1 year, real tough, desert. You are in the wilderness, we are in Kalahari desert. And you know, most of our decision making, if you study psychology and even human sociability, how do we make our decisions? It's usually not based on what is best for me. It's usually based about society. It's usually about my prayer group. I'm the only one who is not driving. Do you know, by the way, those are the basics of our decision making? You know, I go to church, ACK, now, kwa youth ya hiyo church, you know, I'm the only one who is not buying a plot. And that becomes the primary decision-making organ of a whole graduate from DECUT who did technology and engineering. I'm speaking to myself also, so I'm not pointing to you, Pekeenu. So, what am I trying to say here? Mi niliona story ya kazi, nilijiuliza, wapi tushaisikia mtu ametoka hii dunia kwa sababu hakupata kazi? Then if that is not one way of eliminating my existence, then I'm not getting one. Why? Because getting one, ni kukaa tu hoyae. That's my belief. That's what I thought. Ni kukaa tu hapo. I have given people, my parents, the right to say, my son works for Barclays Bank, my son works for this. You have given them that. But you are in a trap. Now, coming to investments, that's the reason I actually invest in the stock market. Because is it I put money where I'll get so much money, or I don't put? Now tell me that, yo, invest hii kitu inakupea 20%. Me, I'm not looking for 20% annum. I'm looking for more. The beauty is that those opportunities are there. And then when you are buying shares,